Welcome to the channel where stories come alive, tales of survival, courage, and choices that define destiny. If you crave epic journeys, game-like fantasy, and powerful life lessons woven into every chapter, you're in the right place. Subscribe, sit back, and let the story begin. Sungwoo's eyes gleamed with excitement as he watched the massive orc leap toward him. To him, it wasn't just an enemy, it was a walking pile of fresh skeleton materials. But as the orc hurtled through the air with terrifying speed, his grin faded. Realizing the danger, he suddenly shouted for everyone to duck. The orc crashed into the ground with devastating force, sending skeleton minions flying in every direction. Dust and shattered bones scattered across the battlefield. Hanho stood frozen, wide-eyed, stunned by the orc's sheer size. The orc turned toward Jisoo, its enormous blade swinging. Just before it could strike her, one of Sungwoo's minions threw itself in the way, taking the fatal blow to protect her. Sungwoo wasted no time. He commanded his minions to intercept the orc's next attack. A one-armed skeleton stepped forward, and as it moved, the one-armed warrior synergy activated. The minion's blade pierced through the orc's thick hide, delivering a powerful fly. With a roar of pain, the orc staggered and collapsed to the ground. Sungwoo shouted for everyone to move to more stable ground. Jisoo immediately rushed to his side. He warned her not to get too close to the orc and reminded her that they needed to fight it just as they had fought the goblin boss captain. The orc pushed itself back up, bleeding heavily, and stomped after the trio. They quickly retreated into the forest, weaving between trees to avoid a direct clash. Sungwoo kept his focus sharp, commanding his team to follow the plan. He reassured them that the skeletons would always sacrifice themselves. It was their role, and with so many corpses around, replacing them wouldn't be a problem. His only concern was keeping an eye on his mana. The orc, now enraged, thrashed wildly and destroyed every skeleton in its path. In response, Sungwoo summoned more minions and ordered them to hold the creature down. As the minions grabbed the orc, Sungwoo and Jisoo charged together. Jisoo sliced at the orc's leg, while Sungwoo cut into its arm. Then, with swift precision, the skeleton knight leapt from behind and struck the final blow, stabbing and severing the orc's head. A system notification appeared. The orc patrol leader had been defeated. Sungwoo stared at the message in shock. Now it made sense why the orc had been so powerful. Jisoo agreed, but added that it still felt easier than the goblin boss. Sungwoo chuckled and noted that they made a pretty good team. Eager to capitalize on the victory, Sungwoo tried to summon the fallen orc, but the system denied his attempt. His level was too low to control a mid-level monster. Disappointed, he realized just how far he still had to go. Once his mana recovered, Sungwoo decided to test a newly acquired skill, Create Bone Weapon. He chose to create a club and successfully forged a hammer from the orc's thigh bone. He passed one to each of his skeleton minions. A new weapon synergy activated, increasing their damage by 30%. With the battle behind them, the group resumed their original plan, escaping the campus. They moved cautiously toward the exit. But as they approached, Hanho noticed something troubling. The way out was blocked. Another system message appeared. The path had been sealed by a powerful, magical force. To open it, they needed to defeat the area's boss monster. The trio stood in silence, stunned. Was this really happening again? Then, another notification appeared. An orc unit had begun its hunt. The system instructed them to choose a suitable location to engage. Orcs tracked their prey by scent, and the larger the group, the more warriors would be dispatched. Hanho's face twisted in disbelief. They were being hunted. Jisoo calmly pointed out that if the enemy's strength scaled with the number of targets, then being in a smaller group might be an advantage. Just then, distant, screams echoed from the direction of the student council group. Hanho cursed under his breath. If they had gone there, Sungwoo interrupted, observing that being in a large group wasn't always a good thing. The system's design ensured that the threat matched the size of the prey. Suddenly, a low growl came from behind them. Hanho spun around, alarmed. Orcs had found them. Sungwoo, unfazed, said he had an idea. Hanho groaned, assuming it was another desperate escape plan. Jisoo glanced at him without saying a word. But Sungwoo's gaze was steady. He wasn't thinking of running. Was thinking of setting a trap, using the terrain and his minions. Like the story? Smash that like, hit subscribe, and join the journey. Don't miss the next epic chapter. Until then, stay strong and keep chasing your destiny.